Liverpool 4-0 Bayer Leverkusen. Diaz hat-trick as Alonso thumped at Anfield. Liverpool made it 4 wins from 4 in the Champions League as they broke the tactical battle against Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen to earn a 4-0 victory. With both the Liverpool and Leverkusen fans in rowdy mood, a back-and-forth start played out at Anfield with the Reds fielding Luis Diaz up front, the more dangerous side early on. Leverkusen set themselves up in a counter-attacking 3-4-3, and it was there that they threatened, looking to isolate Kostas Tsimikas, making back-to-back starts for the first time under Arne Slot, up against right wing-back Jeremy Frimpong. The first real flashpoint came 10 minutes before halftime, with Diaz drawing a foul on the edge of the box, but Trent Alexander-Arnold was unable to replicate his free-kick heroics for England against goalkeeper Lukas Radecki's Finland. Frimpong had the ball in the net after managing to break free of Tsimikas on Leverkusen's right, but the goal was rightly ruled out for a handball from the Dutchman in the build-up. That was it, truly, from a dull first half, with Cody Gakpo ending the first half wasting a promising opportunity as he fired into Radecki from close range. Liverpool 0-0 Bayer Leverkusen. The second half began with no changes in personnel, but with those watching on hoping for more fireworks on the pitch as Liverpool attacked the Kop. As two coaches hugely influenced by Pep Guardiola, it should perhaps have been no surprise that Slot's Liverpool and Alonso's Leverkusen cancelled themselves out in a possession-friendly clash. Then suddenly it opened up for the Reds, with Curtis Jones sublime through ball finding the run of Diaz, who, one-on-one with Radecki, took one touch and lifted it over the goalkeeper for 1-0. And as the Kop roared them on, the events of Saturday replayed themselves as Liverpool scored another within 2 minutes, with Gakpo heading home Mohamed Salah's brilliant arrowed cross. Slot used the lead to freshen things up and preserve key names as Andy Robertson, Connor Bradley and Darwin Núñez came on for Tsimikas, Alexander-Arnold and Gakpo. The energy and quality remained, with Salah teeing up Diaz for his second of the night with another superb cross that allowed the number 7 to take a touch and fire in. Diaz then completed a hat-trick as Darwin Núñez fired an effort on goal in a 4-on-2 counter, with the Colombian pouncing on the rebound to cap a resounding victory. 5 talking points from Liverpool 4-0 Leverkusen. 1. The Anfield effect. Just like in the Brighton match, Anfield's atmosphere inspired Liverpool to score 2 quick goals, turning the game in their favor. Though Liverpool were never behind, the noise from the crowd intensified in the second half, helping lift the team's energy. Xabi Alonso and the Leverkusen staff tried to calm their players, but moments later, Liverpool were 2-0 up. 2. Luis Diaz as striker. Luis Diaz thrived in his role up front, scoring a second-half hat-trick. His first goal came from a pass by Curtis Jones, and he looked more comfortable in the position afterwards, with his movement causing trouble for Leverkusen. The experiment was a clear success. 3. A unique test. Leverkusen, led by the highly rated Xabi Alonso, provided an interesting challenge with their 3-3-4 attacking formation and 4-4-2 defense. Despite the result, Alonso's tactics made this a new kind of test for Liverpool, which they passed impressively. 4. Less possession? No problem. Leverkusen had 53% possession, but Liverpool still came out on top. This was the 3rd consecutive home game where Liverpool had less possession yet won, showing they can be effective even without total control. 5. Gomez unlucky to miss out. After impressing in Konate's absence against Brighton, Joe Gomez might have hoped to keep his place. However, Konate returned to partner Van Dijk, suggesting Slot favors a consistent center-back pairing in key games. Gomez may have another chance in the upcoming match against Villa. Player rating summary. Kevin Kelleher, 8. Despite Leverkusen's possession, Kelleher had little to do in the first half, except for one strong claim and a double save in the 85th minute, proving his quality again. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 7. Linked well with Salah and defended aggressively, but his left-footed moments lacked accuracy. His right-footed efforts were more on target. Ibrahima Konate 9. Back in action with a flawless performance, shutting down Boniface and others with ease. Virgil van Dijk 8. Brilliant passing across the pitch and solid defensively, though Leverkusen tried to avoid his area. Kostas Tsimikas 7. Solid and reliable. He grew into the game and handled his defensive duties well, especially against Wirtz. Ryan Gravenberch 7. Good on the ball, winning tackles and challenging Xhaka. Left some defensive space open, but showed promise. Alexis Mac Allister 7. Not his best, but made some fine passes and improved later in the game. Curtis Jones A8. Industrious and creative, linking well with Sulla and Diaz. His brilliant assist was pivotal in Liverpool's momentum. Mohamed Salah A8. Showed strength and control with brilliant runs, assisted for 2-0, and later crossed for Diaz's second goal. Cody Gakpo 7. Involved in attacks, powerful in play, and confident. His improvement is evident. Luis Diaz 9. Man of the match, took on the center-forward role enthusiastically, with brilliant off-the-ball movement and scored a hat-trick, showing clinical finishing. Substitutes: Dominic Szoboszlai 6. Some good runs. Connor Bradley 6. Great late tackle. Andy Robertson 7. Strong defensively, key for the fourth goal. Darwin Nunez 5. Misplaced passes and counterattacks. Jarell Quansah, not applicable, brief cameo. Manager: Arne Slot 10. Tactical choices paid off as Liverpool are now leading both the Premier League and Champions League. His decisions, especially starting Diaz as a center forward, proved effective. Arne Slot, embracing the pressure. We want to compete for everything. Liverpool may be making life look easy after a 14th win in 16 matches, but head coach Arne Slot insists that is far from the truth. A Luis Diaz hat-trick helped his side to a 4-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen, managed by former Reds midfielder Xabi Alonso, to extend their Champions League 100% record to 4 matches. It put them top of the table in both Europe as well as in the Premier League in what has been a remarkable start for Jurgen Klopp's replacement. "No, not at all," he said when asked if he was finding it easy. "You only look at results. Brighton was a difficult one on Saturday, where we were 1-0 behind and had to fight really hard, and that is what you saw today. We have to work really hard with incredibly high intensity to win our games, and that has a lot to do with teams who think Anfield is the best place to play, so every team we play against is at the top of their game. If you want to win, you always have to be consistent in your intensity, and that is not always easy, but that is what is needed. And if we can keep producing that, it is still not easy, but we get our wins in, and that is what we want." Expectations were lowered when Slot arrived, as he had the unenviable task of following Klopp, but having achieved what no other Liverpool manager has done before. The stakes have risen considerably. Slot understands what that means and is embracing the challenge. Liverpool players embrace pressure. "I think if you work at any club around the world, there is always pressure. For some managers, it is not to go down. For some, they have to win a lot," he added. "In our position, there is always pressure, and that is the pressure we give ourselves. If you work or play at Liverpool, you know so many great players have set the standards so high here. There always feels a bit of pressure, but we also embrace. This is what we want. We want to compete for everything. But the other side is if you work or play. Here you can enjoy incredible evenings, because today, the atmosphere was even more impressive than Saturday." After a stale first half, the match sprang into life with 2 goals in 3 minutes from Diaz and Cody Gakpo, before the former, playing in an unfamiliar position as a false 9, added 2 more late on. "Not only the people in Colombia like Lucho, the people in Liverpool love him as well," said Slot of the South American. "I've heard many times the fans singing his song, and the manager likes him as well. I don't love him, but I like him. You all look at the goals Lucho and Cody score, but I also look at the fact how hard they track back and how much they have to defend, and I ask a lot from them, so that's why we rotate them. But for me, Lucho is a starter and Cody is a starter for me also.